There is something unforgettable about stepping into a small Spanish courtyard home and feeling the noise of the outside world fall away. The walls seem to hold the warmth of the day. The tiles carry a soft handmade beauty, and every shadow feels intentional. You notice the glow first, that golden light moving across white plaster, terracotta pots, carved wood, and old-world iron details. Then the calm arrives, not as a dramatic statement, but as a quiet invitation to slow down. A home like this does not need to be large to feel generous. Its richness comes from proportion, texture, memory, and the way indoor and outdoor spaces speak to each other. You can almost hear water from a small courtyard fountain, see linen curtains shifting near an arched doorway, and feel the coolness of clay tile beneath your feet. That is the beauty of Mediterranean design when it is handled with restraint. It feels lived in, graceful, and deeply human.
Before we delve into our exploration, allow us to extend a warm welcome back to Amica Studio. For those joining us for the first time, we invite you to subscribe for more captivating insights into home and interior design inspiration.
Inside a dream small Spanish courtyard home, warm Mediterranean luxury, and timeless architecture. What makes this kind of home so inspiring is the way every space has a sense of purpose without feeling overly arranged. A narrow patio can become an outdoor living room. A simple entry can feel like a timeless Spanish facade, and a kitchen can open toward a sunlit courtyard with the ease of a family gathering place. You will see how warm neutral interiors, rustic tiles, white stucco walls, wrought iron lighting, arched glass doors, and terracotta courtyard decor can work together without overwhelming a small floor plan. We will move through the spaces the way you might walk through the home itself, beginning with the courtyard and drifting into the architecture, the entry, the living areas, the kitchen, the dining terrace, and the evening atmosphere. Along the way, you can borrow ideas for your own patio, balcony, hallway, garden corner, or cozy outdoor room. Even one clay planter One wall lantern or one softened arch can change the feeling of a space. One, small Spanish courtyard ideas that make a compact home feel larger. A private courtyard garden with warm Mediterranean layers. The heart of a Spanish courtyard home is not just the open air at the center. It is the feeling that the entire house is gathering around something peaceful. In a small home, that courtyard becomes more than decoration. It brings daylight into interior rooms, gives your eye a place to rest, and creates the sense of a retreat, even when the footprint is modest. White stucco walls help reflect the sun, while terracotta pots, ceramic planters, and olive greenery add warmth without clutter. A tiled fountain can become a gentle focal point, especially when the sound of water softens hard surfaces like plaster, stone, and clay tile. You do not need a large garden to create that effect. A gravel corner with rosemary, lavender, or a potted citrus tree can give the space fragrance, color, and movement. Keep the furniture low and relaxed so the courtyard still feels open. A bench against the wall, a pair of woven chairs, and one simple table may be enough to make the whole home feel more connected. Spanish courtyard home details that feel timeless instead of crowded. The secret to a beautiful small courtyard is choosing fewer pieces with stronger character. Rather than filling every corner, let each feature breathe. A handmade ceramic vase, a rustic wooden stool, a wrought iron lantern, or an antique-style wall sconce can carry more atmosphere than a collection of random decor. Patterned tile is especially powerful in this kind of setting, but it should be balanced with quiet surfaces so the eye does not become tired. If the floor has bold Spanish tile, keep the walls creamy and simple. If the walls have niches, plates, or decorative ironwork, allow the floor to stay more understated. This layered restraint is what gives Mediterranean patio decor its lasting elegance. You want your courtyard to feel sun-washed, personal, and naturally aged, as though each piece has been gathered slowly over time. When the textures are honest and the palette is calm, even the smallest courtyard can feel like the most memorable room in the home. Two, warm Mediterranean luxury through arches, stucco, and natural texture. Arched doorways that shape the mood before you decorate. Before furniture enters the room, architecture already tells the story. Arched doorways are one of the most beloved features in Spanish and Mediterranean homes because they soften movement from one space to another. They create rhythm, shadow, and a sense of old-world grace without needing heavy ornament. In a small home, even one arch between the living room and courtyard can make everything feel more intentional. An arched glass door brings in sunlight while framing the courtyard like a living painting. A solid wood arched entry, especially with iron hardware, adds depth and history at the very first step. If your home does not already have arches, you can still borrow the feeling through arched mirrors, curved niches, rounded furniture, or a softly curved hallway opening. The shape matters because it changes the emotional pace of the space. Straight lines can feel efficient, but arches feel welcoming, almost as if the home is leaning gently toward you. Textured stucco walls and designer-grade natural materials. Warm Mediterranean luxury is never about shine for the sake of shine. It is more about touch, shadow, and materials that become more beautiful with age. textured stucco walls, limewash finishes, aged brass sconces, carved wood doors, limestone floors, and clay tile all carry a quiet richness that feels grounded. These surfaces do not need to be perfect. In fact, their small irregularities are what make the home feel human and relaxed. A plaster wall catches daylight differently throughout the day, changing from bright ivory in the morning to honeyed cream by evening. Dark wood beams or walnut furniture can anchor the softness, while black iron details add definition. To keep the home from feeling heavy, pair those rustic elements with linen curtains, pale upholstery, and open sight lines toward the courtyard. This balance between strength and softness is what makes Mediterranean interiors feel elegant without becoming formal. You feel cared for by the materials, not impressed by them. Three, white stucco Spanish exteriors with a calm sun-washed glow. A small Spanish courtyard home facade with quiet curb appeal. The exterior of a small Spanish courtyard home can be simple and still feel unforgettable. White stucco gives the facade a clean, sunlit presence, while clay rooflines, wood shutters, and wrought iron accents bring depth and character. The beauty comes from contrast: creamy walls against dark timber, arched openings against straight garden paths, soft plaster beside hand-forged metal. You do not need an elaborate front elevation to create that feeling. A modest wooden gate, a tiled step, a pair of wall lanterns, and a potted olive tree can make the entrance feel intentional and welcoming. If there is room for a narrow entry courtyard, let it act as a pause before the front door. That small transition space can hold a bench, a ceramic urn, or a simple water bowl. It tells you that the home values calm before you even step inside. The best Spanish exterior ideas are not loud. They create anticipation through proportion, texture, and warm restraint. Warm, minimalist exterior styling with old-world soul. Warm minimalism works beautifully with Spanish architecture because it allows the traditional details to stand out. Instead of layering too many colors, begin with a soft base of white, ivory, sand, and natural wood. Then add personality through terracotta, muted olive, aged bronze, or deep iron black. This approach keeps the home feeling bright and timeless rather than busy. A stucco wall can stay mostly bare if a single arched doorway has enough presence. A courtyard gate can remain simple if its hardware feels substantial and beautifully chosen. Lighting is especially important on the exterior because Spanish facades come alive in evening shadows. Wall sconces near the entry, lanterns along a tiled path, or low garden lights around citrus trees can make the home feel calm and cinematic. When every element feels considered, a small exterior gains the grace of a much larger villa. It becomes less about size and more about atmosphere. Four, indoor-outdoor living rooms with arched glass doors and cozy flow. Courtyard living room design with linen, wood, and soft light. A living room that opens to a courtyard has a special kind of comfort. You are indoors, but the room still feels touched by sun, air, and greenery. Arched glass doors or wide French doors allow the courtyard to become part of the interior composition, making a compact living area feel larger and more alive. The furniture should support that gentle connection. A linen sofa in ivory or oatmeal, a warm wood coffee table, a ceramic vase, and woven textures can create an easy Mediterranean interior without taking attention away from the view. Keep the palate quiet so the courtyard remains the emotional center. Soft beige walls, walnut accents, muted olive pillows, and terracotta pottery create a natural bridge between inside and outside. If the room feels narrow, choose furniture with exposed legs and rounded edges to keep movement open. The result is a space that feels relaxed, breathable, and ready for slow mornings or long conversations. Mediterranean indoor-outdoor living for everyday comfort. The most beautiful indoor-outdoor spaces are the ones that feel useful every day, not only when guests arrive. Think about how you move through the room, where you place your coffee, where you sit after dinner, where the breeze enters, and where the afternoon light lands. This helps you design with real life in mind. A small courtyard can become an extension of the living room with matching textures, repeated colors, and a floor material that feels connected. If you use clay tile outside, echo the warmth inside with a terracotta lamp, a rust-toned cushion, or a rustic ceramic bowl. If the courtyard has black iron lanterns, repeat that finish in interior hardware or picture frames. These quiet connections make the home feel cohesive. You do not need perfect symmetry. What matters is rhythm, so the eye moves naturally from sofa to archway, from plaster wall to potted greenery, from interior calm to outdoor warmth. That flow is what turns a small home into a deeply livable retreat. Five, Spanish kitchen courtyard ideas with rustic tiles and warm wood. a Mediterranean kitchen that opens toward the courtyard. A Spanish kitchen with a courtyard view feels generous because it connects daily routines to light, air, and texture. Cooking becomes more enjoyable when you can look out to a tiled patio, a small fountain, or clay pots filled with herbs. This kind of kitchen does not need to be large. It needs to feel grounded and welcoming. Rustic tiles can bring personality to the backsplash or floor, especially when balanced with simple cabinetry and natural stone counters. Warm wood shelves, brass fixtures, and handmade ceramics add depth without making the room feel crowded. If your kitchen opens directly to the courtyard, consider using a door style that frames the view beautifully, such as arched glass, dark wood, or a divided pane design. Even a small window can become special when it looks onto rosemary, lavender, or a potted citrus tree. The kitchen begins to feel less like a closed workspace and more like the warm center of the home. Spanish courtyard home kitchen styling with clay, brass, and ceramic charm. The details in a Mediterranean kitchen should feel useful and beautiful at the same time. Clay cookware, ceramic jars, woven baskets, linen towels, and aged brass pulls all carry that relaxed old-world charm. Open shelving can work well if you keep it edited, with only the pieces you truly enjoy seeing every day. A few hand-painted bowls or cream-colored plates may be more effective than shelves packed from end to end. For the color palette, let warm whites, honeywood, terracotta, and soft stone lead the mood. If you love patterned tile, use it in one meaningful area rather than everywhere. A backsplash behind the stove, a tiled niche, or a small breakfast corner can provide enough visual interest. The kitchen should feel like it belongs to the courtyard, sharing the same sense of warmth and slow living. When sunlight moves across clay, brass, and plaster, even simple morning routines begin to feel beautiful. Six, Mediterranean courtyard dining with pergola shade and family warmth. Outdoor dining courtyard ideas for slow evenings. A dining courtyard may be one of the most emotionally inviting parts of a Spanish-style home. It is where architecture becomes memory. Shared plates, warm light, quiet laughter, and the comfort of sitting outside as the day cools. The design can be very simple. A wood table, comfortable chairs, linen napkins, ceramic dinnerware, and a few lanterns may create all the atmosphere you need. If the courtyard receives strong sun, a pergola or fabric shade can make the space more usable while adding architectural rhythm overhead. Climbing greenery along the structure can soften the plaster walls and bring a sense of age. For smaller patios, choose a round table or narrow rectangular table that allows easy movement. Terracotta planters around the edges can define the dining area without closing it in. The best outdoor dining room feels relaxed enough for weekday meals and beautiful enough for special gatherings. Warm Mediterranean patio, decor for a welcoming table. The table setting should feel connected to the home rather than overly formal. Choose materials that look better in natural light: linen, clay, rattan, wood, iron, and ceramic. A cream tablecloth with terracotta plates can feel classic, while woven placemats and brass candlesticks bring soft character. Seven, Spanish courtyard lighting and evening. Atmosphere with lantern glow. Courtyard lighting that makes plaster, tile, and iron come alive. By evening, a Spanish courtyard changes personality. The bright white stucco becomes softer, the tiles take on a deeper tone, and wrought iron details begin to cast beautiful shadows. Good lighting does not flatten that atmosphere. It reveals it slowly. Wall sconces near archways, lanterns beside seating areas, and low lights near planters can create layers without making the courtyard too bright. Avoid lighting every surface equally. Let some corners remain gentle and shadowed, so the space feels calm and intimate. A small fountain lit from the side can become magical, with water catching just enough glow to feel alive. If the courtyard has textured plaster, angled light will show its handmade surface beautifully. This is where Mediterranean patio design becomes emotional. You are not only decorating for visibility, you are shaping the way the home feels after sunset. Spanish courtyard home evenings with firelight, lanterns, and quiet luxury. Night is when quiet luxury often becomes easiest to feel. A few lanterns, an outdoor fireplace, or candles on a dining table can make a small courtyard feel like a hidden retreat. The palette deepens naturally. Ivory turns warm, terracotta becomes rich, olive leaves darken, and black iron gains strength. Soft textiles help the space feel comfortable, especially if you add seat cushions, a light throw, or linen curtains near the doors. If there is room for an outdoor lounge, keep it intimate rather than oversized. Conclusion. A dream Spanish courtyard home is built from small, thoughtful decisions that work together. A white stucco wall catching sunlight, a clay pot beside an archway, a rustic tile floor leading your eye outside, a lantern glowing softly after dinner. These ideas can transform your space because they do not depend on size or extravagance. They depend on warmth, rhythm, texture, and a deep respect for natural materials. Whether you have a courtyard, patio, balcony, entry garden, or simply one sunlit corner near a window, you can bring in the feeling of Mediterranean living through softened shapes, earthy colors, and pieces that look gathered rather than staged. The beauty is in the way your home begins to feel slower, calmer, and more personal.